Hey YouTube family, this is Mama India from the Coleman Crew, life coach. I'm about to be hitting live on Facebook. Every day on Facebook, Monday through Friday, I try my best to go live. If God give me a message to use me to helping others get through their day, I just join a live. I normally would write it out, but God has been telling me to go live. So I'm about to hit the live button on Facebook. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Facebook. I'm on live from two different platforms right now, so I'm gonna try to have my face moving from side to side. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I titled this video today, Life is What You Make It. Life is what you make it. Life is what you make it. It could go good or it could go bad. However, the message that I have for today is just simple. It's very simple. Sometimes the steps that God gives us in life is so simple, but we make it hard. We make it hard on our behalf. We make it hard. We put more on us. And God sometimes he don't give it to us like the way you feel like, oh, I'm not strong enough for this. Life is what you make it, and sometimes you could beat yourself down. You could be your worst enemy sometimes. The message for today is, it's all a part of God's plan. Simple. Just one sentence. That's what he gave me this morning. One sentence. It's all a part of God's plan. What that means today is not included within this message, but I'm sharing my testing moments, my transparency, that today is my mother's Memorial Day. This is something that if I was in Louisiana, we would be at home celebrating it like it's her birthday. And that's just something we've done every year. Not to say we're not doing anything today, which we will, but we would normally go all out, eat party food, celebrate, take up balloons, and just spend that moment, because my mama is still living through us. She's we still have a legacy that she left behind for us, and I have my own creation that I'm building, and I'm growing, and I'm planting them seeds, and I'm watering them, and I'm planting it to others, so we all can grow in ways that I don't understand. And really, I'm not gonna say that I don't understand, because I do. It's the spiritual growth. It's the spiritual growth. I'm using the gift that God gave me, like within my visions, my dreams, my creativity, my just whatever it is that God places on my heart, and I'm able to hear. I write it down. I could be up sad today. I could be up crying and just in that dark spot in my life right now, because my mama is gone. My mama and me was like this, like when God really opened her eyes after a second repeated marriage and a second repeated cycle that caused her life. No, she wasn't murdered, but stress is a silent killer. Stress is a silent killer. She died from stress. So I say all this to say it's all a part of God's plan. I wasn't about to wake up today and have that moment like, yes, I miss my mama. Don't get me wrong, I love my mama. I miss my mama. But I didn't wake up boo-hoo crying and not wanting to get out the bed. I still have a job to do. I still have kids signing into school. I still have other side jobs to do. I still want to live for me. I wanted to wake up for me this morning, and I thank God he gave me the strength and the ability to waking up, to getting up, to not wearing that load that I could have put that on me this morning. It's like, oh, it's my mama memorial. I'm sad and I'm depressed, and I'll be wearing it, beat myself down to where I ain't gonna want to be who I really am today. I'm smiling, I'm looking fine, I'm looking, well, I'm feeling well. I done lived in that moment of this year, after all these years, today made 11 years, and This is the first year that I felt it. I finally released again. The other day I went live saying I didn't wake up saying I wanted to hit this soft girl era or I'm on this journey. I didn't wake up Googling and researching it. It just came on me to knowing that I'm on a new path of my life. It's a part of God's plan. That's the message for today, that I didn't Google and research and just, okay, this is what I wanted to be like. But in the midst of that journey, yeah, what did it say? It says, life is a journey. Enjoy every moment. Look at God. Look at God. He trying to use me this morning. I was about to say, within the journey that I'm experiencing and that I'm walking, that I have to go through, the beginning of this year, it started in February. And I felt like in the midst of that journey that I'm starting and that I'm on, that I felt like I didn't grieve for my mama. I didn't grieve, and I thought that I didn't properly grieve. I just had to keep going because my shirt say mom life. Like, I know that it was a part of God's plan. I thought in that moment that I was like, I need to grieve. I never stopped to grieve. And God gave me that chance to sit in that bathroom, in that closet. When I found my mama Bible, I took a picture and shared a testimony of my life. I took a picture of her Bible words and her writings, and it broke me down. It broke me down to where I got in that closet and I told my mama I forgave her for everything that I felt like I didn't let go as a child within my childhood. I wish that I could have had and did more for her when I was living my life and trying to figure out my life, and I did help my mama, but I wish that I could have had and did more for her. I apologized, and I felt like in that moment she apologized. Like, I let that worry go. I let that build up go. I let that trauma go. Like, I felt like it was time to heal. Because sometimes we could have a bobo or pick something and just either let it bleed silently and suffer silently and never let it heal. No, you ain't gotta keep picking it, but you never let it properly heal. So in the midst of my journey that I started, it says enjoy every moment of it. I felt like I need to grieve. Let me get in this closet and let me just let all that out. And I tell you, baby, it's ugly. Grief is ugly. I get it, people gotta go through it, but when you go through it, don't sit in it too long. Don't sit in it too long, it's ugly. I felt like the devil was trying to just trap me in that closet, and he didn't want me to get up. Like, I felt empty inside. I felt weak. I felt like I was beat. I felt like I couldn't pick myself up. I felt like I was just falling and feeling stuck. It's garbage. I didn't like that feeling. I knew that wasn't for me. Like, God gave me that chance to experience it just for a moment. Just for a moment, and I had to quickly text my husband and say, find a way to get in this closet. I'm locked up in our bathroom, but I was in my closet. And I said, find a way to get in this closet to come get me. Out this closet. Come get me. And at that time, we was going through a trying time, but he didn't question it. He didn't say, oh no, we was just not speaking. We was just not on speaking terms, and you want me to come save you? Like, he put all that to the side and came in and got me out that closet. But I say all this to say God allowed me to experience it in just that moment. And when my mama first died, all I could say was, my mama wouldn't want me doing all this. My mama know I got a life to live. My mama know I have kids. My mama wouldn't want me weeping and dwelling on things I can't control and, people I can't control. My mama wouldn't want me like this. That's all I used to always say in my younger days. My mama wouldn't want me doing this. She'll be telling me, just like I tell y'all, get up. Keep it moving. If you gotta cry just to live it, it's okay. I might cry before the night over with. I don't know. But as of now, I'm good. I'm good. I'ma smile. I might cry, I might laugh, I might do something crazy or silly just because my mama used to just off the blue still look young, feel young, and be young. And I say all this to say I took pictures of myself as my full body simply because, again, stress is a silent killer. My mental state, I used to say my mama is about the smallest one out of her siblings. She gonna live for a long time because she look healthy. She's staying fit. But baby, let me tell you something. It don't matter if you're thin, big, small, wide, big as a house, small as a pencil. It don't matter. You could feel like you're healthy. You could look like you're healthy. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: stress don't matter. It don't check your size and say, okay, you too small for me. I'm not gonna jump on you. Stress can jump on anybody and weigh you down. No matter what you looking like, no matter if you're eating good and looking good and being right with the Lord, like stress is a silent killer. So I used to always put that in my head too, like my mama wouldn't want me doing all this. I don't want to be doing all this. Stress is a silent killer. I don't want to be stressing. I don't want to be in here worrying myself. It took me a minute to really grasp onto my own words, but I was speaking it into my life that I don't want to be doing X, Y, and Z that my mama did. And if it's any life lesson that I had to learn from my mama, so be it. No, I don't want to repeat every cycle, every shoe my mama walked in. No. I don't want to compare, well, and I used to be this way. Well, if my mama did it, I could do it. When it came down to step parenting or just doing things that I know I seen my mama do. And I used to have people in my head, girl, you crazy. You don't do all this and that. But I used to see the good that my mama really instilled within me and showed me in front of me that, like, no, I ain't grow up like that. I'm not about to do that. So I'm not saying I didn't have to fully walk in all the shoes my mama walked in, but I know the good that I seen for each path in her life that she took. Because she showed me the good, the bad, the ugly, and the pretty. It's all a part of God's plan. That's the message. It's all a part of God's plan, and it was all a part of my mama's plan to show me the good, the bad, the ugly, and the pretty, and I can take it how I want to. Because her plan and my plan is my plan. But we're gonna all use it and fit it in on how God wanted it to be. How God wants us to do this. How God wants us to fix this. How God is gonna come into this because I'm inviting him in. And it might be the last minute, but God is still accept that off. Oh, she finally let me in her life right now. I'm coming. So I say all this to say I trusted God when my mama passed. I always feel like she no longer struggling, stressing, worrying, not worrying about her husband doing this and doing that and stressing her out to where he lying and like she had so much on her. To where, yes, she was the smallest of them all, but she still died. She still died. And my aunties and uncles, them, they still here. And I thank God. But on a mental state, it's not how a person look. For as they health wise to say, oh, they gonna live for a long time. No, get that out your head. Because I had to. But not only that you should want to do right with your life, for as your health, your mental state, and your physical. That's why I changed who I am today. I'm smaller. I don't eat the same. I don't do the same. I don't think the same. I don't speak the same. And I try my best to control me, who I am at the end of the day. And it feels good to take control over you. I can see the change within me. I can see it on the outside of me. And as y'all can hear me, y'all can see it on social media from what I'm speaking, what I'm doing. It's all a part of God's plan. You should never question it. You should never question it. You should never question him. I always grew up like you could talk to him about it, but you shouldn't question him. And I always feel like my mom is living at peace and she's in peace. So on celebration days, people like, I can't even go to the grave to see my people. I can't do it. I'm at peace with it. I didn't accept it. And I know that my mama is in a better place. Like she prepared for this. I didn't share moments of her giving me her cell phone passcodes, had bank accounts with PIN codes. Like she had prepared for this. She sung her funeral song and had it recorded. And no, it wasn't titled that. But if you went to my mama's funeral, if you heard this song, you could tell. Like my family and friends, they just don't understand. I can't think of it, but it's my family and friends, they just don't understand. Like that's all that came to me right there. They just, your family and friends might not understand what you're going through, but only God do. And sometimes it's a part of his plan. Sometimes it's a part of his plan, and you can't question it. Sometimes the family and friends that's around you, sometimes you even have to shut them up and shut you up. I just have to tell myself this. I get that a lot, and sometimes you got to shut yourself up in the back of your head. But it's okay to talk to the inner you. But sometimes you got to know when to shut it up. I found myself still playing back conversations in my head yesterday about a situation, and I kept on. And I told my husband, I was like, I gotta shut up thinking about it. I gotta just stop talking about it. But when I woke up this morning, I said, you know what I was doing? If I was talking about it, still it's because I cared. And it wasn't nothing dealing with us. But I said, if I talk about it and make it make sense, because I'm the one that have to make it make sense. And sometimes God show us what needs to make sense and what is a part of his plan. But when I add the pieces together and I keep on talking about it, I'm like, it just don't add up. It don't make sense to me. But once I finished discussing it yesterday and woke up this morning, I felt a lot better to say, you know what? I was talking about it in my head because I had to make it make sense before I disconnect, before I detach, before I move forward in life, before I walk away from this matter because it's not my situation, because I done seen through it. I had to think about it. I had to talk about it to make it make sense. But now that I done made it make sense and I done seen through this, I know that when I walk away and move on with my life, and continue to do the things that I have to do for myself at the end of the day, that I will be okay with it because I done seen through it. I done made it make sense. And sometimes you can't make other people make sense. Sometimes you can't control what they have going on or who they are as an individual. But you gotta trust and believe that whatever it is, whatever decision you make, or whoever they want to be at the moment of lying and just not accepting for who they are and not moving forward with life and allowing others to weigh them down and just throwing their stones and hiding their hands or just hurting your feelings or saying things that just throw you off, it just doesn't make sense. To know that whatever you accept, because sometimes people don't accept who they really are as a person. And to make anything and anybody around them look bad and seem bad and talk bad because they have not accepted things in their life. Again, I have to go back into that journey on my call and my wake-up call in February. Once I got off the phone with my pastor and I let all that hurt and that crying out, she's like, what you crying for? You better stop that crying. Don't cry. Because you saying to God, like, yeah, it's okay to cry, but I don't trust you, God, because you still in control. Let God take control. And it's still going to be okay to cry sometimes, but don't sit on it. Don't sit stuck like I was trying to grieve in a moment that I knew my mama wasn't going to want me to do. But God still said, okay, you don't trust me that I've been allowing you to stay strong all these years without beating yourself down over something you can't change and control. You can't make your mama come back. So if you want to sit in this dark moment in your life, I'm allow you, because you want to be in control. You're not accepting the fact that I gave you that strength and that inner self to keep on pushing, keep on going. Your mama knows she miss you. You miss her. So I say all this to say that once God show you something and you make it make sense and you done talked about it and you done talked yourself either through it or out of it so that you can heal and move forward. Let it go. Let God take control. Trust that it's a part of God's plan and not yours. Sometimes we might print out a plan, make a plan, follow the map, and sometimes God will still lead us on another detour of our life. Sometimes you might be stuck in traffic or delayed, but never denied. But you are allowing God to either give you that blank route with no instructions. God, what I'm doing, how I'm gonna get there, where I'm gonna go, what money I got, what vehicle I have, who are my friends and my family, who can help save me. Sometimes He give you a blank sheet of paper, a blank mind to starting fresh, but you gotta trust Him. That whatever that you don't see, that you keep on moving forward with life. Because you know it's a part of God's plan. Even when you don't see it, sometimes you don't need to see what He has in store for you, because He's just trying to test you to seeing if you're going to trust Him. Even when you sometimes you gotta, how they say, you gotta see it before you see it. Sometimes you need to not see everything lined up, because you will be 2 steps ahead of what God trying to process you for, prepare you for. You might be too quick to show your whole plan that He got for you to trust, and trusting X, Y, and Z on side you and say, look what God wrote out for me. Look what God did for me. And you ain't even got there yet. You ain't even got in the middle with Him yet. You trying to go run and tell everybody else a part of the plan, that sometimes He got to make it blank for you. Sometimes He got to make it blank for you, but but all the time, you still have to know that it's all a part of His plan and not your own and not others. He don't want sometimes you to see the whole play, the whole game. But just know that long as He in the center of your life, trust the plan that He has for you. And sometimes it's okay to not trust everybody in your circle at that moment until that play is made. I'm not saying you can't love them. I'm not saying you don't fully trust them. But sometimes people get jealous of that plan that God is trying to play in your life and beat you to the goal. You better catch this. Sometimes they'll beat you to the goal, and guess what? God will still put them out because it wasn't part of His plan for them. You better catch that. So sometimes it's best to shut up, trust it, even when you don't see it. Keep on going. That's the message for today, y'all. It's all a part of God's plan. And what people think, oh dang, I made a post just this morning saying today made 11 years for my mama. Some people probably, oh, she probably gonna be sad down and crying. No. That ain't what my mama wanted. That ain't what my mama would have wanted. That ain't what God having me do today. I might cry before the night just a little bit because I do miss her. I wish I was in Louisiana to give her flowers. But I'm also say this, to give your people their flowers while they here on earth. Because when they dead and gone, somebody gonna either take them off their cemetery at the grave, or they gonna wish you would have did all this for them while they was in here. You got good people in your corner. I'm not saying not to trust them, but use your discernment well to know when to be quiet and when to talk and when to love and when to give. You know your heart. Sometimes you might have to question others when you see it. When you make it make sense, like I had to do yesterday, like, no, they don't make sense. I love them, but I gotta keep pushing for me, because that ain't what God got on my map right now. It's plain for me to see it. Even when I don't see it, I meet Him in the middle, not them. We could team up together whenever God allow me to reach that goal. Whatever I'm trusting Him on, I'm connected to God right now. And I don't see it, but I see it. I see it. I'm doing what I need to do. That's a part of God's plan. And I'm trusting Him. That's the message for today. I'm trusting Him. I'm not questioning Him. I don't don't know how A through Z gonna be on this paper. I'm moving, I'm walking with him. He leading me and I'm walking with him. He guiding me and I'm walking with him. I'm trusting in him. I have faith in him. Even when I don't see it. He gave me the strength and the ability to wake up this morning and not beat myself down because my mama's not here. That's not what my mama would want. You could see me through her. If I said it wrong, you could see me. You could see her through me. That's how you say it. I had to think about it. You could see my mama through me. You can also see the light that God is shining upon me. My mama had good and bad with her, but that good outweighed that bad. And even though she's gone today, like, well, how? She did. She gone. How did her good outweigh her bad? Because at the end of the day, she still trusts that whatever it was going on in her life, that it was a part of God's plan. She was prepared. She was prepared for her going away. If you know her best friend, Barbara Lynn would tell you what she experienced with my mama before she died. It's like God had pulled her up out the air, like lifted her up like she was an angel to prepare her best friend. To like, girl, she said, girl, I'm tired. I'm tired, and she came back down. It's like God brought her back down to prepare for that process, to prepare my mama. Like, my mama knew she was about to go. And she trusted God. And I got that extra strength and ability to keep on going forward, to keep on pushing forward. Even when I don't see it, even when I don't know, like, how today gonna be. What God have in store for me today. Sometimes it's gonna be on a blank sheet of paper, but you just gotta trust the process. Trust the process to keep on going. And know that sometimes it's meant to be quiet in certain seasons of your life until you to accomplish that goal in life. Because you never know who's out there to get you, who's out there praying against you, who's out there not wanting you to win, who's out there saying they love you and really don't, or who's out there hearing pieces of your story, saying I'm going to use that against her. Because she showed me her strengths and her weaknesses. So just be mindful of the things you say and the things you do. And never question God, and keep moving forward. Keep on praying. Keep on pushing. Sometimes you might have to fast. You ain't got to announce when you fast and when you losing out. I didn't gain that knowledge of understanding on a spiritual level. That's why I am the way I am, and that's what you see. Me on a spiritual note and on a physical. Because I done let go a lot of things. I done cut out a lot of things. I done cut out a lot of people. And it ain't no hard feelings. It's just, it was a part of God's plan. Sometimes people are in your life for a reason and for a season. You just don't beat yourself up about it. Don't get in your head and keep talking yourself out of moments that God attached you to this person for a minute of your life, and then you get detached, and then you pick up and you just keep on recycling repeated cycles. If it ain't getting you nowhere, if it ain't benefiting you, if y'all ain't moving forward or growing and planting into each other, let it go. I don't care who it is. Let them go. They drying you out. They sucking you out. Sometimes people are leeches. And it could be your own loved ones that you thought was in that circle with you and for you. You better ask God to show you the way, lead and follow it as He guides you. And trust that it's all a part of God's plan. And He also showed me this to speak on. Life is a journey. Enjoy every moment. I'm about to continue enjoying my day. Monday was the first day that I started work with my boss friend, my best friend since the first grade. I still have other things lined up that I'm touching on, but I done walked in doors that God opened for me when I felt like a lot of them was shutting on me, but I didn't question It is what it is, or it's not what it's not. But I can't dwell on it. I can't change it. I gotta keep moving forward and knowing that whatever doors I'm walking in is because it's a part of God's plan, and I trust Him. Monday could have looked ugly for me. Not only today, but Monday, I was overwhelmed. I was overstimulated. I couldn't wait to run outside to catch that sun. My kids started homeschooling. I thought I was just about to just throw them out there in that water, but I had to teach them how to swim. I thought, oh, they got computers. They know what they're doing. No, ma'am. No, sir. I had to teach them. Click here. Sign in to here. This is your classes here. And then learn the steps of the system that I'm using for the my office manager position. Monday looked kind of hectic, overwhelmed, overstimulated. I was over it. But when Tuesday got here, baby, it got smoother. Today is Friday. Thank God them kids been finished with homeschooling since about 10 something. I didn't finish my process for the day. I'm not done with doing what I need to do for us, my office manager position. But today was smooth. I can fold my clothes up. That's thing that my husband told me he was gonna do. I can finish these websites that I need to finish building out. That's my side stuff. The gifts that God created for me that I use, that I still use. I'm not throwing it and letting it collect dust. I'm still using the gifts that God created for me, but I've also walked in my purpose. And this is what you see right now. Me motivating, inspiring. You know, I'm not in here crying today. No, I'm not in here boo-hoo crying, because that's a dark moment that I would never want to live again. God allowed me to use that moment of my life, the beginning of the year, before I walked this journey, for about 30 minutes of trying to grieve. But baby, I had to get up. I had to get out of there, because I know my mama wouldn't have wanted that. Grieving is ugly. And I hope that anybody that's grieving had let that hurt go and that pain go, that they ask God to heal their hearts and their minds of understanding, to keep moving forward with their life and keep on smiling. Because my mama's still smiling. She's still smiling. And I'm still smiling. I'm still going. I'm still going. I'm still pushing. Even on days I don't even see it. Sometimes, like I said, that blank sheet of paper that God gives us, sometimes you're not going to see it. And that's okay. But just keep on going. Have faith. Trust the process. Trust the plan that God is placing upon your life. Trust the people that He uses to connect with you on ways that you don't understand. Check their heart. Check their minds. Not their pockets. Not what they talking. Check their hearts. And let Him tell you if that's a part of God's plan. I ain't saying not to trust everybody, but I'm saying not to be crazy. Listen sometimes before speaking. And check their heart. See through them. And you will know that if it was a God-sent blessing your way. That's it for today. Talk to y'all later. I hope this message resonates within someone's spirit. I'm up. I'm with it. Today is Friday. Happy Friday. And y'all stay blessed.